PL, TB, like all these solutions.
Are you ready to run?
A lot of juicy amount of gold to come out. It's like getting a first blood almost.
Yeah.
The battle begins.
Ramses. I think Outsiders will get this bounty rune. Oh, the nice block off onto Boxy. Can't get to the other side. They get stunned up to start this. CK keeping him in place, and Boxy getting blocked off. And this should lead to a first blood as they're trying their best to give it to Ramses, and they'll be successful. So Outsiders, obviously a very nice start. I mean, already a 1k lead between that D ward and the first blood.
Is Hakoda gonna play top? Yeah, he's gonna. But is Yamich gonna stay there? Question: are they going to do some tri-lane stuff? And DM is. Oh, he's fireflying the first wave. He's gonna cut second.
Okay.
Wow, it's been a long time since I've seen this on Batrider.
It's been a long time since you've seen offlane Batrider.
No, dude, Beast Coast, bro. They spam this stuff. I mean, Firefly's damage got doubled on level 1. You used to be able to do this when it was 30 damage per second. You'd actually kill the first wave. So you can do it again.
Oh, how annoying is this actually? Unbelievable. All right.
And he's gonna keep running because if the creep waves combine,
yeah,
it's still gonna push out and eventually he's gonna get equilibrium.
Oh my goodness. This has got to be so annoying for the Jug.
Yeah, I mean, it's so cool to see this though. It's just been so long.
The creeps are gonna connect in the jungle
because he wants to 1v1 versus Sania here. This is nice. This is really nice.
That is so hilarious.
Is he gonna get the next way? I'm curious.
Yeah, there's another Firefly, so see if we can get these last hits. Sania can do his best to try to deny. Looks like
oh man,
he's good to go. DM level 2.
Dirty. Dude, that is cool.
An extra wave for the mid. All right, might as well get some extra XP from Mickey. No problem.
That is so funny.
Oh, Zai gets taken on the top lane. These shards have been quite nice.
Okay, this is cool.
Outsiders doing some cool shenanigans here to start the game.
Yeah, I'm a fan of this. And now, like, Insania is just top. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Double wave pushing into DM.
Yeah, this is not what you probably had on the what is that thing called, the whiteboard pregame.
No, this is not.
I'm sure they don't use whiteboards these days, but probably a digital whiteboard.
An
perhaps.
iPad sort of situation.
Yeah.
Dire's courier has been killed.
They're saying Yamich again block out Boxy. Gonna take a concussive shot, and he's gonna pop his wand, so that might be enough for him to survive, especially with the rotation from Zai coming in. But still, Outsiders getting great trades.
You know,
in terms of just the harassment alone.
I gotta think about like what this is the offlane bias right here, but I'm thinking about why they did this. I guess it's because Jug plus Wyvern. Where's the kill threat at level 1? They're not gonna stun you. You know, you can just TP out worst case scenario. So they can actually get away with this because of the heroes.
And another kill. Boxy does end up going down this time. The shards from Yamich have been quite good, to say the least. I believe, has all 3 kills come because of his ice shards? I think so.
Yeah, he's got one ability and he's making it work.
Now, how long do they keep this tri-lane up? Fine, just sticking with it?
Honestly, I don't feel like you give Batrider a solo offlane against a Jug, because at a point he's just going to start cutting creep waves. He's going to double them up. He's going to pull them. Camps Jug will not outfarm a Batrider. Even though this is like a carry or summer matchup, the Jug technically takes off the napalms. Bat in the offlane outfarms any.
See, he takes off his sticky napalm stacks there. Now he's not going to have spin for a decent amount of time. DM still has to get those stacks up, though. And he doesn't have a whole lot of mana. Jug, Matu, 22-10 versus the Batrider, 14-0, so doing okay.
I want to see how much. So Mickey's level 5.5.
Yeah.
GPK's level 5 because of that creep wave.
Yeah, literally just a creep wave.
That's so funny. Their CS is exactly the same, but they have this advantage for Mickey.
Oh, DM ended up getting the kill onto Matu. It's going to be a trade, so Insania finally makes up some of the XP difference that he had earlier in the game, but that is a big solo kill.
So he forces out the spin. He's got a 34-second cooldown at level 2, and he's able to get the kill. I mean, I was expecting him to outfarm in this lane, not to kill the Jug though. This is a disaster for Hookah so far.
Yes, awful.
And I don't even think it's because they're making mistakes. I think Outsiders just doing really cool shit in the laning phase. It's just really cool.
I mean, it certainly caught them off guard. There's
Yeah.
no question about that. We're not ready for whatever the hell that was.
I don't know what you want. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get ganked though. Splinter Blast gonna slow him. Matu with the spin. And the Impale to follow. Do they have enough damage to finish him off though? Pops the Fairy Fire. One more right click does do it. So Insania gets some revenge for Matu dying earlier.
Good response.
Actually, that's the second kill Insania's gotten on DM now.
Yeah.
Should be rich.
Even I like
That's a great response to this. Clearly, just sending a tri-lane pop and trying to try was not working. And so instead, they take the tri-lane to the bat. I think if they kill for Liquid there, the game looks a disaster. But they needed to change something up. They needed to make a move somewhere, and I don't think these supports with the low levels they have are going to kill DK mid. Impossible. Nikkei is also not going to die. That's the thing with these tri-lanes, is that it always results in the support being so under-leveled. Like, I want them to try to go on Nikkei, so I just want to see what happens. I don't feel like they can kill him.
Okay, the Avalanche toss onto the Zeus, but Mickey looks like he's being more than healthy. Pops his ult instead, and you can see 3 members of Outsiders now on the run. The body blocks onto GPK look like it'll be enough. He pops his wand, though, as Mickey completely out of mana, but the right clicks will suffice. Zai's Plasma Field ends up netting him the kill, but it's a 1-for-1. Nyx, Boxy has died so many times this game.
Zai's level 3 as well. He's rotating mid as a level 3
Oh,
Razor.
wow, that is...
That's cool.
That's such
cool.
a weird game.
Well, dude, when the game gets weird, you got to make weird moves, honestly. Like, I don't think you can just sit top versus a absolute monstrous CK. Just like, yeah, I'm laning like normal. No, dude, that wasn't normal laning. You got to do abnormal stuff to get out of that.
I mean, despite that death of Matu, he's farming like right on par with the CK. He's still a higher level than DM. So this hasn't been actually as bad as I originally thought. Still going for the Midas, of course, which we'll see how that works out
under
for him.
attack.
Loves this Midas.
So you're saying he's the one that started this?
Yeah, and I know that because BSJ won't STFU about it. And it's gonna be, oh, Matu's doing it, so I have to. It's great, Brian. That's great. You just copy other humans because you don't know how to behave like one yourself as a sociopath. I understand.
Well, technically, sociopaths are still human, though.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist.
That's true. Damage. They're going to see Insania, GPK with the Avatos, and this will almost certainly be a kill. Cold Embrace keeps him alive a little bit longer. Mickey's come to play as well, but you can see the Ancient Seal silencing him up. But Outsiders not really interested in this fight because this stack is probably worth a lot more. GPK getting gone on by Mickey, getting slowed to a crawl thanks to the Heavenly Jump. Another Avatos to follow, though. Mickey will survive it as Yamich getting chased by a level 4 Razor named Zai. The static link is enough for him to get level 5.
It's another one of those things like he always mid, of course, he's something 4.
Insania gonna save himself, and this time I think Mickey will just have to leave him be. So down he goes. We can see GPK still wants to try to... The Avatos, very risky play. The 2 seconds on the follow, but there's the Thunder God's Wrath to finally clean up the pesky Tiny. But Mickey, using that Thunder God's Wrath himself, stuck inside the shards again. As Yamich is just like out of his mind this game.
Dyer's
8.5 minutes in, a triple kill for Ramses, who can now start going for the stack.
Yep. Ramses is having a great time. That's really good. I mean, Liquid didn't want to give away these stacks, so the fight just continues and continues and continues. And it's this weird thing where, like, all of the supports, which will include Zai in that bucket, by the way, all of the supports are very low level. So the fights, it's like, oh, they're gonna get no, they do no damage. I see. The fights are lasting a lot longer than either team is anticipating.
Radiant's courier has
He's
been killed.
probably gonna be down. Yeah, for Mickey.
TP's coming in, and question is who's gonna get the kill. It's gonna be Mickey, so quite well for himself on this Zeus. Gonna be going for the Kaya.
He's got good travel though on DM. He's cute. As a solo off-lane Batrider, he's got almost as much net worth as
Armlet now online for Ramsey. He's going to pop that ult and try to crush this tier 1 tower. They haven't, I don't think they've gone for those stacks yet, if I'm not mistaken, in the jungle, so still available for the taking.
Oh, those are DMs. Those are
They just get half,
DMs,
I guess.
Is under attack.
Sania going to the high ground. He is going to spot out Yamich. Ramsey's done a ton of damage to this tier 1 tower. The presence of Zai is going to force him back. The CK stunned to start, but you can see Liquid are here in numbers. A nice shard again, but Matu able to get to the other side thanks to the Omni Slash. That'll result in a kill onto Ramses.
Really nice rotation from Matu. It's one of those things where he's like free from bot. It feels totally counterintuitive for him to move out of there. But he is the only rotation. He's the only one strong enough that could actually take down Ramses. And obviously killing Ramses in this game is more important than any stack, more important than free farming any lane. So he makes that move, building a damn Midas. But he just knows that he's got the strength to do that.
He's going to TP top now. He's going to find Matu at the top, but there's the spin to follow. Yamich. Some of the ice shards available, and again, block man, he has been on point, but there's a little sliver there available for Matu to get away with that healing ward. Getting up to a decent amount of HP. They might have to just focus on Insania instead. As you can tell, they kind of don't even want to go for him. Still level 5, and he's going to be crit down by Ramses.
Long charges. See, that was just Daya. Not going to waste some time.
Mickey, in the meantime, trying to push out this lane.
Is under attack.
Outsiders. I mean, despite that start, Liquid still seem to be in an okay spot. I mean, 2 of the top 3 net worths in the game are on Liquid's side.
Radiant structures
they've been responding to these
Dire's
like,
middle tower is under
extremely strange early game plays for Zai.
Zai gonna get snowballed on. You can see Insania is there, but still not level 6. Although DM is the one taking the most of damage here. Thunder God's Wrath not quite enough to take him out. DM, another right click from Insania. So Zai is going to be the only kill in this engagement. Batrider just barely gets away.
Yeah, that is just such a good hero against Razor. Like you wanna fall.
Oh, box. Oh, half second.
Yeah, not quite. That dude does have terrible day vision. You can't sneak up on him. But yeah, Batrider, like usually you want to be the one following around the Razor. I think Liquid was trying to set up a play onto DM, and that's why they moved Zai on Razor's bot, was to like bait that play, but bait not working out.
I'm cracking with power.
2K lead for Outsiders. This GPK still working on his Blink Dagger. I mean, he's still top 3 net worth, but it doesn't feel like it. Still just the treads in his inventory, so a lot of dead net worth at the moment. But once he gets that Blink Dagger, look for him to potentially snowball.
I'm not gonna lie, Sunspan, nothing about this game feels normal. Nothing. It's just...
Yeah, being top 3 net worth with that inventory at 13 minutes feels strange.
Yeah, it's very weird. Everybody's getting involved in fights. There's also stacks. There was lane shenanigans, supports being under-leveled, solo kills happening in the laning stage. It's a DD on Boxy. I don't know how much
On the Vendetta initiation, and DM is mega dead. Omni Slash used. Matu will get yet another kill for himself.
DM has just died twice in a row now. That feels really bad for him. He's being slowed down quite a lot.
Echo Saber now there for Ramses as his tier 1 tower will go the way of Liquid.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top
Matu
tower
with
has fallen.
His Midas. See the Echo Saber for Ramses to help him farm a bit. But Matu, I mean, the Midas into what is the question is, looks like Zai actually gets deleted from the combo that you brought up early game.
Yeah, that is.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Probably the easiest combo in the game to execute. It is so strong.
Up DM. Looking for Insania. We'll get the first lasso, I believe, of the game. And Yamich gets that Walrus Punch off. They're trying to dodge this Winter's Curse. And yeah, they'll just kill him from long range. Nicely played from Outsiders.
Yeah, that was nice curse dodging. Insania like clicked it as soon as he saw the bat run in. It's just that with the turn rate slow, it was not turning. Really on point in this game. I feel like they've done their research. Because there's nothing that makes these wards like that obvious. They did the one to start too. They saw that Liquid they smoked, but they weren't even, the smoke didn't break anywhere near the area that they did ward. They must have seen like if Liquid smokes here, this is where they. And that is a nice deep ward. Okay, this is really cool from Outsiders.
Damage. Oh, this time does not trap in Zai as the Mystic Flare comes in and just obliterates him along with Boxy. So 2 dead right off the bat. As Liquid now on the retreat. Ramsey's looking for a reality rift, but he's going to get cursed onto an illusion just to slow them down a bit. potentially did save Matu, but it's not going to save Insania. It's a double kill for GPK, showing off that Blink
Radiant's middle
Avatos.
tower is under attack.
Liquid just completely on the retreat.
Radiant
That's a
structures
5k
are
lead
fortified.
already for Outsiders.
Oh, Mickey.
Yep,
They actually
Snowball will be there. It's going to get punched into the air. GPK gets off the toss. Flame break to follow, and down goes Mickey. But this is close to Liquid's base, so they can try to counteract this. They're going to find the Skywrath Mage at the very least, but GPK is really going to have the sight set on, and they will find him in the end. So they get punished a bit for their overexertion. That's not.
There's a bit of
Overexertion.
What?
That means you're exerting too much energy. That really didn't make any sense.
That was a bit of an energy.
Overextension is what I meant to
that's
say.
right.
Yes, the overexertion today.
Oh boy, Tania. Oh, you dirty bird.
3-second stun, but
dragon.
Golden Brace does
Radiant's
save him.
bottom tower
So
is
the
under
teammates on the
attack.
way, but Ramses wants to fight. He gets off the ult, going straight for Zai, but we'll have to back away as he's all alone right now. So Impale does connect. Question is, are any teammates coming to help out Ramses? He's getting completely outnumbered. He's going to delete Boxy, though, as Ramses now taking the Blade Fury. Damage. Let's have the Snowball saving. Really has to find it, but the Thunder God's Wrath is there in time before any kind of save shenanigans come through. Might cost Zai his life, though. Golden Brace kind of sets up the Mystic Flare. The damage. Somehow actually saving Zai. He's still alive. Trying to take out DM in the meantime, still has that Firefly to try to traverse the terrain, but GPK with the finishing move, no, Zai still stays alive. Somehow, some way, this man is alive. And you can see that they try to kill Zai this whole time. It leads to basically a team wipe.
He's not dying.
Liquid, big comeback there for them as Zai just looks super juicy to Outsiders.
Yeah, shoutouts to Strength Treads.
I guess so.
If he had just a little bit less HP in any of those jumps, those 5 or 6 times that they tried to jump him, he would have died. Yeah, that was insane. Ooh, yeah, he sees him. He caught him with the AOE.
FDM is going to get static link now as Matu coming to play as well. He's got to use his lasso, but Blade Fury should be enough to finish him off. And Kakoda might be in some trouble, but Zai is still the one they're focusing on, but another Cold Embrace saves him with a healing ward on the side. And Zai still getting targeted. Walrus Punch. Will this man die? He does. And it feels like Outsiders have just won the game because of that, but in fact, they have lost 4k net worth
Radiant's
trying to
bottom
pursue
tower is
Razor.
under attack.
Was it worth it in the end? Was it worth it?
The lead has just plummeted.
What's been lost? Oh my god. No, we can this again. Every single kill attempt onto our boy.
Yeah, not able to toggle with the armlet.
No, there we go. Zai's
How
dead.
does he
He's
not
alive.
die?
Zai
How?
is dead.
I thought he was
He's
actually
alive.
dead here, but he was inside
Zai's
teammates,
dead?
of course.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're gonna leave him alone. No,
No, there's the
Zai's dead.
Avatar.
No, he's
Healing
alive.
ward.
He's fine. That'd be the healing ward and the strength dress. Okay, Akoda. Maybe Akoda can get him.
Are scanning.
No, he is gonna survive that.
That one was just like, I give up. Just take this kill.
Might be yours. Okay.
So outside of that fight, Outsiders have been in like complete close.
They have been. Yeah, and they still have a 3k gold lead.
They
So
still, yeah,
maybe focusing Zai's not the play.
perhaps.
And I don't know what it is.
He's got 2 Wraith bands. He's getting close to a BKB, just a recipe away is Ramses. Boxy's gonna open up the initiation. The rest of Liquid collapsing on him, but Ramses gets off his ult and the BKB, and you can see the focus is on Zai again, this time under the tier 1 tower. He's gonna get saved. Will he die? Finally, Zai! He will go down. It has happened again, the second time in just a couple minutes. The curse is there as well. Into a double impale with a Mystic Flare to follow. GPK getting gone on now. He's slow to a crawl thanks to the Heavenly Jump, but it's not going to be enough damage for him to get a collateral kill, so it's a 2-for-1 in the end. And Zai feeling basically invincible because of how little damage they have done to him in the past, but punished this time around.
Yeah, shout out to Insania, we gotta say. Of course, obviously. Of course. This Cold Embrace max almost is really helping
Dire's
out
bottom
here.
tower is under
And his
attack.
positioning as well. It's not been easy for Outsiders to get the jump on him. He was scurrying around the trees with a cockroach in the last
Here
fight.
we go with the cockroach.
Doing very well, like a headless roach. Zai with like a Roach survives almost everything, including nuclear war, it seems.
That's right. Almost. Yeah. I mean, he does revive, so I guess technically all heroes are roaches.
Yeah.
I think about that one. Sage Kaya complete on the Zeus as Ramsey's getting gone on. Has no time to even pop the ult. BKB was still on cooldown.
15 seconds. That's the nerf. 15 seconds on cooldown.
Yeah.
That right there, this clip, literally the BKB nerf. And you see this so often now. Somebody dies, 15 seconds on BKB.
Muscle memory. It's been a long time since the cooldowns were changed, right?
You know there's actually memory within your
Radiant's
muscles.
bottom tower is under attack.
You believe it, you idiot.
Roshan is being attempted by Liquid, and it looks to be a freebie. So Matu's going to get a nice juicy Aegis as Roche #1 should fall.
Yeah, Zai doesn't need it. He's immortal, clearly.
I mean, considering how much they're focusing, Zai, perhaps he should take the Aegis.
No, he's good. He's fine.
That's true. They'll ignore him in that case, and Eye of the Storm will shred them to pieces.
We've not
Radiant's
talked that
bottom
much about
tower is under
Matumba, mostly
attack.
about his beard, but
It's an important factor of
it is
Matumba.
quite important. I think that's probably where the brain is. Parts of his brain have amalgamated down there.
Here we go with amalgamation again.
Of course. But he's been the guy showing up to fight and salvaging this game for his team after the tough early game. Even as a carry, and as we talked about, it is counterintuitive when you are completely free-flowing to show up to stuff, but he knows that he needs to give back net worth to his team because he's not going to solo carry this against these. This is something that people have talked with MATUMBAMAN that he's always been very good at, is that he knows when he needs to show up, and he knows when he can just hit creeps, and it's fine. His read on that has been incredible historically. It's such a strong carry player. And this game is no different.
And Matu very confident with the Aegis now. Tier 2 tower is what they have their sights set on. Does have the Shard with the Maelstrom. And obviously the Manta has been there for a while now to be able to dispel the silence. And Sticky Napalm and God knows what
Radiant's
else.
bottom tower is under attack.
Feels like he is online to be able to fight, at the very least. And the Shard, I would assume it's pretty good against CK Luke. To go along with Zeus, right?
Yeah. Why not?
Nice Maelstrom procs on the spin. Nice juicy stuff.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Looks like Zai finally
Radiant's middle
he
tower
was working
is
on
under
that
attack.
BKB for about 20 minutes now.
He's got it, baby.
He's got it.
That's his one item that he'll get this game. That one is enough. He's not a greedy fellow.
Dire's top tower
Zai
is fallen.
more than willing to sacrifice for his
Radiant's
big
middle
boy,
tower
the
is
Puppy Man,
under attack.
as well as Mickey on mid lane. Not Giga farmed this game, which we're used to seeing Mickey have a
Yeah, true.
he's usually a big boy. But the game's been
A lot of fighting.
Radiant's
no doubt
bottom
about it.
tower
this is
under
a
attack.
very true carry versus carry game.
Hakoda, Impale from the tree line, boxing a nice setup, and that's going to be an easy whoop. All right, Force Staff onto the high ground. Matumba, can they find the distance here? Thunderbolt's not quite enough.
And the Zeus ult.
And the Zeus ult is... They didn't really want to expend it, but
They didn't. It was it. You guys coming off cooldown too. Ooh, the link on mid.
Yeah, Yamit! Oh! That
Radiant's
close one.
bottom tower is under attack.
Now Matu taking full advantage of the Aegis again, just getting some map control, farming the enemy Ancients. Still tier 2s to take in the mid and bot lane. Typically mid is what you would focus on here. Ramses, he gets the Blink Dagger into the Chaos One. They want to take out this Aegis quickly, and they do. Question is, do they want to stick around as well? Obviously getting Snowball onto the south here. But the Winter's Curse is applied to the Batrider. That's a lot of damage being applied to him. Now DM might just drop. He's going to pop his BKB. One more right click will do it from Zai. He gets the miss onto the high ground, so DM will live thanks to RNGesus. He prays every day to RNGesus, and it worked out this time around.
Suns fan, he drank his game.
That's a Gaven's Nectar, and that's an Avatar into the Mystic Flare. Deletion of Matu, but it's going to be at the cost of GPK. No, he pops the BKB, and it looks like he's going to walk away safely as well. Now they're going to turn around onto Boxy, which should be just some finishing moves here. And Zai gets tossed back with the Avalanche to follow, and a huge team fight for Outsiders. They take out 4 members of Liquid, and all they lost was the Tusk.
Is mine.
Gaben's Nectar.
Yeah, that was basically from the dive in the miss.
Yeah.
High ground. That is what the bait from DM. Both of the offlaners this game are baiting out the other side to do stupid things.
Was that really stupid? That was a
No.
kill 75% of the time.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, right. In
Radiant's bottom
retrospect,
tower is under
it looks bad. And that's a good bait. That's what a bait is. So, and that
Ancient
was it.
Seal.
Yeah.
On top of all that, that was a big kill.
Yeah.
And somehow GPK lives. That's the crazy part. They just didn't have follow-up.
There's nothing through the BKB other than, I mean, if Jug is dead, it's Zai with the static link in his ult, but he didn't have his BKB either.
You brought it up, but that does feel exactly like that Zai moment, because now we're back to a 5K lead. It's like that never happened.
That's right. That's right. I mean, when you think about two very good teams going up against each other, there's not a lot of like typical mistakes that get made that you would see in pubs, right? Like, oh, this guy missed a bunch of last hits in laning phase because he sucks at last hitting. It is these things where you go for a 75% play, something happens, and then you're like, oh, this happened, we were going to capitalize on it. You know what I mean? Well, he missed them on the high ground,
yeah.
so DM can come back into the fight afterwards. So let's take this fight, right? It's about capitalizing on those like small percentages and actually being in position so that they can do that, which both sides, as we talked about, have been in position to actually, oh, this is good bait, let's go and fight them.
Oh, GPK, his smoke is popped thanks to Boxy's Vendetta, but the dust a little bit too late and on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah.
So that ends that smoke attempt.
Damage, he wants
Double. Oh, the impale misses. Yamich, he's gonna get the snowball off. God's Wrath has already used his Matu, gets a nice ult onto DM. None of them bounce to the illusions. Are you kidding me? That is super unlucky after living thanks to the mischance earlier. RNGesus has betrayed DM. And now Matu, he's going to get Avalanche right after the Blade Fury ends. But this is going to cost the life of GPK. Completely punished as Liquid was on the high ground. Unreal, the RNG there.
same thing that we saw last game. Liquid standing on high ground, having a ward, and just being confident in their position.
Damage, gonna get the Walrus punch. Oh boy, Matu. He's stun locked on. So nice save again coming out from Insania though. And he has been on point this game with that cold embrace. Ramsey's pops BKB. Triple buyback on the outside is trying to punish this move from Zai and company. And Zai looks like he's gonna be the sacrificial lamb for Liquid. But I think they're gonna be happy with this if nobody else dies. But Boxy gets caught out. Yamich another Walrus punch. Gonna attempt to TP out, but the Chaos Bolt will stun him. So Ramses does get a double kill, but that's 3 buybacks from outsiders. That feels terrible.
I mean, the gold lead is not a monumental swing. It's not like Liquid has the gold lead just yet. But it's 3 buybacks. If you kill any of these 3 heroes, the game could just end.
Yeah.
Because it could mean Roche, it could mean a lane of Rax. Like, the game gets so much harder if something like that happens. There's a big window of opportunity here for Liquid. Outsiders, they definitely want to run in one of their other heroes that still has buyback. Let's see who has it. So DM, Hakoda, and Yamich is bought back, and you don't really want to run in your mid carry, although Ramses is very close to buyback. He may buy out here. If he buys out, then it's real dangerous territory for outsiders.
Highlights of the game so far. Zai somehow living in that one big fight.
Yep.
DM living because of the mischance. And then DM dying because the Omni Slash only targeted him when there was 5 units there.
Yeah.
That is insane.
I like that you saw that part
Radiant's
too. That was like bottom
tower
right of the
is
camera
under
when like the
attack.
main fight was happening to the top
Yeah.
left. And you're just like, oh, what's this RNG gonna look like? What's this?
I'm always excited with the RNG. What can I say?
Yeah. And you made the right call, actually. It was insane. It was insane. Sometimes that happens with Juggernaut. I mean, it's a huge bounce range too. Like,
Yeah,
you
it
should really bounce to other units.
I'm sure somebody could do the math.
Radiant's
Chances were. I think it was
middle
1
tower is
CK,
under
2
attack.
illusions, and DM. 4 units.
And everyone hit DM.
Every single
Each
one.
blow sharpens my
I wonder
blade.
if it has something to do with like the phased movement or something. Like, he didn't have vision of the other unit.
Right next to the illusions, was he?
I don't know.
I mean, it was nighttime, I think.
And he's right up around the Roche pit, right? There's some weird vision blocking
Radiant's
stuff.
middle tower is under attack.
It's hard to say. I mean, something funky happened there. Very unlucky or lucky.
Well, they had the ward up there, didn't they? Liquid?
Oh,
They had
that's
vision.
right. That's right. Both sides have a ward. But the vision blocking around Roche is not like that. As we see the exact same smoke
Yeah.
in ward play. And Liquid is in the exact same area as well, also camping that ward. They're like,
Yeah.
this was juicy last time. Let's do this again.
Omni Slash is up. We can have a repeat of this last fight.
We can check to see how the vision situation works, but it happens at the same time.
Roche is going to be up soon as well, so this will be the second Roche with the shard available.
Courier has been killed.
Tusk's courier is taken out.
Didn't send it over.
I mean, maybe that's just an insurance policy, just to double check that they're there, perhaps.
Making sure, yeah. It's like, oh, you want my courier? My juicy courier?
Oh yeah, DD for GPK.
He's got that Echo Saber.
Oh boy, this could be dirty. This could be dirty. He's gonna be spotted by the plasma field, though, so no blink for him. He's already at half HP, has these avalanches to try to get out of a dodge here. Zania is gonna force out the BKB. The static link will follow him as DM off the BKB of his own, and Mystic Flare has to be used on just Boxy. But they find GPK with that double damage. He was not able to get
Tumba's dead.
Yeah, Matu somehow dies though, and DM barely dodges the lightning bolt. Might have to go back to base, but Ramses and his illusions are pursuing even further, so a 2-for-1. Zania blink,
He's got to get out.
and the TP should be fine.
Man, Matu...
Didn't see how Matu died there.
The fight was just super split. Matu went like the bottom way into the triangle, and Zai had been chasing GPK, trying to finish him off, which he did eventually, but it was like for the entire duration of both Zai and GPK's BKB, Tiny is just so tanky. Level 3 pro. Even though he's at 20% HP.
Yeah, Ramses forced to BKB TP.
Dire's middle tower is
You
under
can see
attack.
Matu. Oh, that's another dodge from Yamich. Quick fingers here. That forced the buyback onto Matu, so they're going to go into Roche, and this is going to be an extremely important Roche for them.
Yeah, Matu goes in
Everybody's
the
gonna be
bottom
up.
way. Like you can see on the minimap, Matu's like way down there. And yeah, he gets punched through the spin, so he's got no spin left. He's still down there while Zai and the rest of Liquid are up there focusing on killing GPK, who's actually making space along with DM. DM barely survives that last lightning bolt. He probably... There was some puckering of some body parts in that situation.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Outsiders is going to try to contest this Roche, but instead give it up. So Aegis and Shard on the way for Liquid. Shard for Zai. So knowing that they're going to go on top of him constantly, the Storm Surge will give you a % chance to reflect. Wait, how does that work? The spells are guaranteed and attacks are percentage based. Is that right?
There's no reflect. It's just lightning strikes.
Well, lightning.
Hits 3 guys and does some damage. It's actually really nice for farming. You tank neutrals.
It's a nice slow.
And it's a pretty nice slow. Yeah, it's a good slow. Against a hero like Skyrim Mage, who's gonna be constantly spamming stuff on you. It's good. It also will slow the CK and be nice.
Radiant's bottom
It's a cool
tower
shard.
is
I
under
think a lot more
attack.
people are
Getting some nice juicy farm here in the bot lane. Will they deny this tower? That'll open up the outpost, so maybe they don't deny it, but it's literally 1 hit away.
Not if you're Wyvern. That's like 50 hits. It's quite pathetic.
That's true. Beyond disc for Boxy, so he's been kind of targeted early in these fights. Can't really do that now.
Yeah, there's 5 reasons to get Eon Disc in this game, and that would be all the hero fighters.
Yep, that's usually the reason you get that, because you're
Pathetic support, so there's basically no surviving.
Bloodthorn for Ram, by the way. He's getting there on his farm. He's looking good.
Yes, he is. Yep. He's got a Lotus Orb on
Radiant's
DM.
bottom tower
That
is
can
under
Lotus
attack.
the Razor Link. You just throw it on CK, throw it on Tiny, and the Razor can't link. Lotus the Wyvern ult. Omni Slash as well prevents that. Prevents all
Dire's
the
middle tower
spells.
is under attack.
Oh, pops the BKB, gets the initiation off, and Zania is dead.
He got the gem.
He sure did. Nimbus, not going to happen because of the BKB. And now we have the BKB initiation onto Mickey. He does heavily jump to the low ground, though, center. CK Sun just bouncing left, right, and center. The Illusion's almost finishing off with another nice save from Insania. It's a cover from Matu is there with the Blade Fury to come through. Ramses with the Lotus Orb applied to him right now, but the focus looks like it's on Koga, who gets dropped because he couldn't get to the high ground. 90 seconds of no Skywrath Mage.
Yeah, he still has his buyback on cooldown.
Radiant's top tower is under
5k
attack.
lead for Outsiders, but obviously the numbers advantage for Liquid with the Aegis as well.
I'm a little surprised Ramses didn't commit for Mickey there. I guess he's very afraid of the Wyvern save curse. He was just confident that even though Mickey was really low, that it would be bad for him to there.
Dyer's
His BKB was on cooldown, so that's part of the reason. Dying respawn, you don't BKB, you're dead.
Indeed. Matu has to spin off that CK stun. He actually blinks in with the Nimbus helping out, trying to take out GPK, but he's going to be safe thanks to the Lotus. Gets on the outside as well. Matu Company have to be a little bit careful. It is still all the cores available for Outsiders. Ramses, get reflected on his stun, will blink out.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Yep, that's actually a cool play, yeah. Matu spinning, but not able to finish the tower quite yet, and I think they're going to have to respect Outsiders' high ground.
Yeah, that actually prevented the push. It's healing ward. He knew he was going to get Lotus, obviously. One of them won.
Reality Rift now pierces spell immunity, a nice juicy talent for Ramses.
Yeah. Jug, very valuable, especially because this hero is like primarily based on the spin now. It's not even about the Omni plus right clicks. It's just the spin. That's real long. With the Blade Fury, it feels like this thing lasts forever. You go this down. Very frustrating.
Wait, what did he go for his 10 talent on Jug? Stats is weak. I love the AoE.
The radius is
so good.
Yeah.
75 is quite low.
It's a lot.
But I guess you're so fast that you're not really.
You're on top of them anyway. Because usually, like, think about how you're using Blade Fury. I feel like if you're using this thing as an AoE, you're probably a bad Jug player. like
Shut your mouth.
Guys, I'll AoE them down.
Shut your mouth. Insania, he's going to be found out. Oh my god, a 2-shot from GPK. Has the full Silver Edge now, so the crit online. Looks like he's going to finally go for the shard, so he's going to start doing a lot of physical damage with that permanent tree. DM getting pursued by Matu. Flame Break keeps him outside the range here. Pops the BKB, another Flame Break to follow, and he has a blink. And he should be okay. He's the one with the gem, so that actually would have been a pretty big kill for Liquid.
The Aegis is down. There's no Insania.
Indeed, they're going to block off Boxy, who gets off the Spike Carapace and the Impale. GPK, he runs right into him, he gets the Avatar, and again it's on Zai, who pops the BKB, so he's going to lift this engagement. He actually gets the Static Link off along with the Eye of the Storm. So GPK, he's going to take the brunt of the damage. Looks like he's done 85 seconds of no Tiny, and Matu and company cleaning up this fight, but finally a double kill from Ramses takes out Zai. Basically immortal earlier in the game, but not this time around. Holds him back into the Mystic Flare, but it's not going to be enough damage. As some way, somehow, Matu lives. It's a 3-for-3 though, so not enough to really take more buildings potentially, but still a 1-team fight for Liquid, it looks like.
Yeah, I see why Outsiders went for that. They knew the Aegis had just despawned as soon as that fight was happening. And then also, Insania was dead, and Insania has been incredibly important for all of the saves in this game, and it's the CK counter too.
Radiant's middle
Insania
tower
dead, you
is
know
under
that your
attack.
CK can use his ult as much as he wants. But still, Liquid are too powerful. It was super close. It was super close. Like, Matamba actually almost died
Dyer's structures are fortified.
the Skywrath and CK combo.
Dyer's bottom tower
But he
is under
barely
attack.
survived and then won the man fight. As this time, the Omni Slash does bounce around to all of the illusions. Damage commits. I totally understand why Outsiders were trying to commit to this. It felt like a really good opportunity for them.
Dyer's bottom tower has fallen.
Matamba just barely wins that man fight against Ramses. If Ramses gets one more crit, heals, like maybe he
Dyer's
actually...
middle tower
Yeah,
is under
potentially.
attack.
I mean,
Dyer's
GPK
middle
felt like he
tower
was
has
not
fallen.
on the same page as the rest of his teammates, going for Zai in the back line. You can see building damage being applied by Liquid. They have all 5 numbers now, and there is a buyback onto Ramses, but they're not going to need to use it. Looks like they'll be able to hold this off and keep that melee racks alive. Not that
Radiant's top
one set
tower
of racks is
under
really going to
attack.
decide this game. Now that we're 40 minutes in, it's extremely even. The story again is the next Roche. That is not, we're not going to know the answer to that for the next minute, but I think whoever gets that Rosh is going to be in a very good position to try to win this game.
Zaya Spider Lens. This is such a nice item to get
On Razor, yeah.
when the game is at this point. He's Razor, so he's got that extra move speed. That feels so good. He's like walking up high grounds.
Do you agree that they should be trying to go for Zai first? It's been like the focus the whole game, and it just mostly hasn't worked.
I don't think Zai is that important, to be honest. I feel like if it was Razor versus like Medusa or something, where you can link the Medusa and it really matters, but it's a CK. CK's the carry. He doesn't really. He's got illusions. You know, he doesn't care if one of them gets linked. You're taking away at best 1/4 of the damage that he's doing. He has what? How many? Really, taking 1/4.
What about if it's on Tiny?
It's on Tiny. Well, Tiny is like, I don't know. He's got 403 plus 96 damage. I'm draining that.
What's the max drain?
I think it's like 150 or like 220, something like that. Like realistically, you could get like 150 in a fight.
Tower is under attack.
So you would need 2 link charges, but you can't get a 25. Nobody goes for that talent really. Sure, with Refresher, because you can't link the same guy. Yeah, you have to wait for the first link.
Full smoke from Liquid. They're coming from the top side. I think the scan went off as Ramsey's going to run right into them, but the Phantasm is popped immediately. Zai with the BKB. Going to dodge the bit by this snowball. And somehow able to blink out to safety. This is on Ramsey for now. He pops his BKB, just trying to take out Matu, but no damage to come. There's a big static link into the Omni Slash. Ramsey is just dead. He does have buyback, though. We'll see if he expends it here, as the buyback is already used from Zai, so it was a 1-for-1. And the blink into the right clicks, but the snowball comes. The Yamish looks to be mega dead here. Double kill for Matu.
Okay.
And Rosh is not up for another minute and a half.
I think I know why Outsiders. Oh, GPK. He's going for a cheeky play.
Oh, Avatos. It is enough to take out the Wyvern, and any BKB TPs. Nicely done.
I think I know why Outsiders is trying to focus that. Because the illusions are dying so quickly for CK that he's basically a just regular carry without illusions.
So double buyback from Outsiders. I think that they thought that Rosh is up. It is not. So they 100% did not have to buy back here.
And Liquid's camping a ward.
Yeah, Boxy.
Boxy's there.
GPK. Into the river he goes. Vendetta. And now GPK is going to see the sad truth that there is no Roach. Stuff the Avalanche. And yeah, now they know the truth. See if the high fives come or not. This would be a perfect time for that. Some nice bad manners plays. Oh boy, the snowball being baited into the high ground. This is going to be the death of the Tusk. Yamish is dead, no buyback at all. And GPK tries to save him, and he's dead. What was that? 3 dead for Outsiders now. This was just a god-awful fight for them as Ramses looks to be next. That's a dieback. And they almost could call GG at this point. Down mid you can go if you're Liquid. That was really weird.
They don't have fortification for a little while. Yeah, what a strange way to end in otherwise, well, the game started out very strange, but
that's true.
In otherwise a very close game. It was just kind of like one big blunder at the end there from Outsiders. With Yamish going in. It's one of those situations where like, if Yamish goes in and dies, maybe the game looks really bad for Outsiders, at least it's not over.
GG's call.
Yeah,
GG's call. The game is over. That was a... I mean, I can understand the original part where they fought back because they didn't know if Roche was up. Obviously, we have the vision they don't. That, in hindsight, was a big mistake. But then snowballing in...